Hey y'all, Heather's Country Crochet back with another tutorial for Tutorial Thursday. So I've got me some scrap yarn here and a 6.5 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook. And I don't know if I've mentioned this in my other Tunisian crochet tutorials, but whenever you're doing Tunisian crochet, whatever the weight of your yarn is, you want to go up 1 to 2 crochet hook sizes. So normally your medium 4 weight calls for like a 5 to a 5.5 millimeter. So that's why I use a 6.5 millimeter with the medium 4 worsted weight yarn. So today I'm going to show y'all how to do the Tunisian knit stitch. So we're going to start with a chain, and you can chain any amount of chains for this. The knit stitch is pretty simple. So no specific multiple for the knit stitch. Okay, that's enough for a little swatch. Get me some yarn out here. Get this cord out of the way. I should have used a long hook instead of the corded one, I guess. Okay, so like with all of the Tunisian crochet, you're going to start out with this loop on your hook. We're going to skip over this first chain. This loop here counts as your first stitch. We're going to go into the back bumps of each one of these. So pull up a loop in the back bump all the way down the chain. And however many chains you chain, that is how many loops you'll have on your hook at the end. I didn't even count the amount of chains that I chained here for this little swatch. So go ahead and continue pulling up your loops, and I'll see you at the end of the row. Okay, so I've pulled up a loop in every single one of my chains. Now I'm going to do the return pass, and it's a standard return pass. So you're going to yarn over and pull back through 1, yarn over, pull back through 2, 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 all the way down until you have 1 loop left on your hook. And if y'all can hear this little ball on the end of my rope banging on my table, I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so now we've completed our foundation for our swatch. So this first loop here is going to count as our first stitch. It's like a Tunisian simple stitch by default because it counts as the first stitch for the row. So for the Tunisian knit stitch, you have, let me pull up and get up here where y'all can see what I'm talking about. All right, so this is your vertical bar that we normally would work into if we were doing the Tunisian simple stitch, okay? So you've got this front vertical bar, and then you've got the vertical bar behind it, okay? So it looks like a V almost, but with some stuff in between it. All right, so to work the Tunisian knit stitch, you're gonna go down in between those two bars and pull up the loop like that. So when you've went in between, you've got your vertical bar on this side, your vertical bar on this side. And once we work a row or two, you'll see the knit pattern, the knit look. So go in between the two bars, just right in between there, and pull up that loop just like that. And you want to try to keep your tension a little loose on this stitch, because this stitch does curl a lot, just like with knitting curls. It tends to roll down on itself. But you can see here, now that I've got a few stitches, how it is, when you go in between those, how it twists it to face the front to make it look like that knit stitch, like a stockinette stitch. So we're just going to keep going in between those stitches all the way down the row. Oop, I split my yarn. Oh, get out of there. And then when you get to the end of the row, you're gonna turn your row up, and you will see that you have like a running chain up this side right here. You got a front bar and a back bar there. So you're just gonna stick your hook in under both bars to where that you have both of those loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull up that loop for that last stitch of that row, just like that. And then you're going to do your return pass. Yarn over, pull back through one, yarn over, pull back through two, yarn over, pull back through two, yarn over, pull back through two, through two, and through two, all the way until you have one loop left on your hook. Just like that. And you can see how it's already trying to like fold, but you can block this at the end of your project and it won't fold like that. So let's do one more row so that we can see a little bit more of that knit stitch there. So you're going to skip that first stitch right here because you have your loop here. You're going to go in between those bars of that second stitch and pull up that loop. In between, pull up the loop. In between, pull up the loop. In between, pull up the loop. And see, when you pull down a little bit, it's looking like that stockinette knit stitch. So just continue. Pulling up your loops all the way down. See how when I roll it down, you can see that knit look to it. So pretty. Finish up this row. Roll your last, get under both of those loops at the end and pull up that last loop, and then complete the return pass. All right, so continue doing your return pass, and I'll see you back at this end down here. Okay, so I went ahead and did a couple of more rows so that I could really show y'all the look of this knit stitch. Y'all, I just love the way that looks. So you can see that it tries to roll up like a burrito or something, taquito, something. So this stitch, most definitely, anything that's made has to be blocked. But you get that knit stitch, that knit look without knitting. So it's awesome. And then to count the rows, you would just count your V's on the ends to know how many rows you've done. And then because we do that end row down here the way that we do, we have a nice little running stitch going up this end too. So yeah, that is the Tunisian knit stitch. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and share if you can. If you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you don't want to miss any more of my videos or my tutorials, please make sure to turn all notifications on so that you can be notified to when I post videos. All right, well, that is the end of this tutorial, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.